Well, greetings. It's the 23rd of September. We're at the end of our third term. We're about to have holidays and then move into the fourth term. And before we know it, it'll be the end of the year. At a recent leadership meeting, we were trying to work out and wondering how we could raise a matter with you as a congregation. And we thought perhaps what I should do is on a Sunday morning, come with a hat in hand, get one of Christopher's guitars, go and sit on the steps outside and put the hat in front of me and grab the guitar, start playing and start busking, asking for financial help for the congregation. Well, wisdom prevailed, fortunately, and we didn't get into that kind of desperate situation, but we do want to raise the issue of our finances with you today. You may know, just in terms of the way finances work, as a church we have a budget, and then we have an income, and then we have expenses. And those three numbers can often look very, very different. And what happened during COVID, for instance, is that our expenses were below budget and they were also below the income, which meant we were fine. And in actual fact, we were able to have a small surplus at the end of each of the years during COVID. Except now, and gladly I can say that we have relaunched and we are relaunching ministries, and on a Friday night, if you were to come to the building, you would see children all over the place. You would see teens and young adults ministering and doing what they love to do and what this congregation has been called to do for so many years. And if you wait a little longer in the Friday evening, you'll see teens and them busy and being ministered to and all kinds of things. And all kinds of ministries across the board have started taking place, whether it be the women's ministries, whether it be men's ministries, whether it be life groups. Also, we know that we had Holiday Bible Club for the first time in a long time this year, and we've had two camps in August. And all of this takes finance. All of this takes resources. And what has happened as a result, if we now go back to our finances and look at budget and we look at income and we look at expenses, our expenses have exceeded our income. They're still below budget, but what has happened as a result over the course of the year is that we've begun to develop a cash flow problem. We've had 2 really good months this year, but most of the months have been really poor. And as a result, just financially, we have been going backwards a little over the course of this year. And so we're coming to you with hat in hand, but not so much with hat in hand, but just asking you to pray with us about this. And really just asking you to bring this before God. And we know His provision over so many, many years. I can't remember back when God hasn't provided for this congregation in some way or the other, and it's been such a blessing. But we want to just raise the matter with you so that you're aware of it. And we want to just encourage you in the responsibility and in the stewardship of your resources. We want to encourage you in the joy of participating and partnering with us through your generosity and so on. And we want to just ask you to just anticipate what God is going to do. We know that throughout and the rest of this year, there are lots of different plans. There's a marriage breakfast coming up quite soon. There are all kinds of connecting events that we've got planned. There is a beach mission in Still Bay over 2 weeks during the December holidays. We have a missions outreach to Delft in the month towards the end of October, I think it is the date, or the beginning of November. And we just really want to encourage you in this. We want to thank you for your ongoing generosity to the church. And if you don't know how to give, the bank details will come up behind me on the screen. And we encourage you to EFT. We encourage you to use SnapScan. To this point, we haven't started taking up an offering in the services, but we encourage you to do and to use the facilities that we have. So thank you for listening, and God bless, and enjoy the rest of the weekend.